Welcome to another episode of Play Select. My name is Gold Mountain and summer is over, so that means it's time for school. And by school, I mean video games because there are so many new games coming out. So check this episode out. So, there are some things in life that never seen the light of day and you really want them to exist. For example, hoverboards, a DJ set from Soundwave, or even a good Transformers movie. Speaking of movies, on the 25th anniversary of Metal Gear, we have an announcement. A Metal Gear Solid movie is coming out, greenlit, that's right. Yes, finally, Snake is coming to life. He's gonna be doing his own stunts, climbing into boxes, crawling on the floor, wearing animal skins, and, you know, punching out people who are getting I'm sleepy. Anyways, that being said, this movie is just, there's so much news about it. You probably know about it from the internet, but let me list you this. Now, Hideo Kojima has a very interesting wish list for directors and actors. Director-wise, he wants Tarantino or Nolan, who both will make very different movies. Also, actor-wise, in terms of who he wants to play Snake, he wants Ben Affleck, Tom Hardy, and also Hugh Jackman. I don't know, man, he's just a fan, so it's all good. Anyways, we also have a producer named Avi Arad, who is so rad because he's made the movies such as X-Men, The Amazing Spider-Man, and also Iron Man. And it has always been Mr. Arad's goal in life, well, not goal in life, but at least in his career, to make a very decent video game movie because as we all know, most of them do kind of suck, but that's okay. So we don't know when it's coming out, but this is definitely something. Just to get, I don't want to talk about it, I'm so excited. More Metal Gear news because we can always use more Metal Gear news. Now the name of the game is Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes. What do we know? Not much except for a few things. One, it's open world. Two, it's a prologue to Metal Gear Solid 5, coming in the distant future. And as well, we know that it's on the Fox engine. Now if you've seen the tech demo, the 11-minute tech demo, oh, it's so atmospheric. The brain, the claw, it's like Praxitelean S-curves on a stone sculpture, it's insane. Anyways, that being said, I don't want to take part in speculation because the internet is ablaze. For example, the kid in the cage in the demo, is that Snake? Is that Chico? Is that Leon S. Kennedy? Who knows? I don't know and I'm not going to take part of it. But that being said, this is something we are all looking forward to. And whoever said you cannot ingest too much MGS in your life, they're wrong because that's MSG. And we always need more Metal Gear. And somebody here? Jay! From Quantic Dreams, the developers of the infamous and famous Heavy Rain for the PS3, comes a brand new game called Beyond Two Souls, also coming out for the PlayStation 3 in 2013. Now this game looks absolutely astounding only because they have this new graphical engine that could very much well compare with the Fox graphical engine. I'm only saying this because I've seen the tech demo and it just, oh, I mean, Heavy Rain was cool, but this Rain and they just get everything so good now. I don't even know, I can't tell reality from fantasy. That being said, actress Ellen Page lends her voice and her likeness to the game. And according to her, the script of the game is over 2,000 pages long. That's like reading a phone book. I can't even believe how long it is. And it's a shame because the game's developers have actually said that we should only play this game once. I mean, for a 2,000 page long script and you're only playing it once, whatever, man, I ain't gonna listen to you. I'm gonna get all the achievements. So anyways, coming out very, very soon is Beyond Two Souls. Just get into it because you can't escape. So in last week's episode, we had an interview with Karl von der Lühe, the production manager for Assassin's Creed 3, and that was part 1. So this is part 2 of the interview, so please enjoy.
So each of the studios that's working on Assassin's Creed, Montreal is the lead studio, and then there's quite a few other studios that are working on it, such as Singapore and Annecy. Annecy are doing the multiplayer. Us in Singapore, we're doing the recently revealed naval content that you would have seen at E3.
Yeah.
And so the way it works is that each of the studios will have a team that has pretty much all the disciplines, and they own a part of the game. You couldn't have like Singapore designers, artists in Annecy, and animators in Montreal. Something like that would not work. You'd have to have each team is creating its own section of the game. It's almost like a game in itself. So Annecy own the multiplayer, so they'll have their own design directors, art directors, content creators. In Singapore, it's the same thing. You know, we'll have a lead designer about the naval.
Would you go over to Montreal for trips to discuss about the games, or would you just?
We do have trips. It's very important to keep the communication channels very open. It's a long way though. Singapore to Montreal is literally the other side of the planet. It's 24 hours by flight, so you have to fly through Europe or Tokyo or something. So trips are less common, but we have regular conf calls. But again, it's a 12-hour time difference, so it's 8 a.m. their morning is 8 p.m. our evening, so it's, we have to
just
take turns to get up early. Yeah. Yeah, it's with Assassin's Creed. The game is huge. Games are always huge, and the scale is huge. And so, with like I was mentioning earlier, the Singapore team owns a specific part of the game. So it's true that part, when I get the final product, I rush through those parts, and it's difficult to enjoy them because you're only playing it hoping nothing's going wrong. You're not really enjoying it. There's no wow anymore because you've seen it hundreds of times. On the flip side, I don't have the time to play all the content that the other studios make, so when the game does come out, I do actually fully play through them. I've finished all the Assassin games after release, and I have enjoyed them. I'm a big fan of the franchise. So.
Nice.
It's a tricky one. Well, we're always looking to push the boundaries, so there's no doubt that our level designers in the conception phase will have lots of cool ideas that we cannot see through. On AC Revelations, we had there was going to be a sort of almost a whitewater rafting type of gameplay. But in the end, it was we couldn't bring that through. But it would have been cool. So.
What was the reason for that? Was it someone rejected the idea? Or?
No, it was just time. We were running out of time, and obviously tight deadlines, and we need to ship the game on time. And it's when you create a new feature in a game like Assassin's Creed, you need to make sure it's very, very good, and you need to make sure that it's worth your investment. And so this was only going to be for one level, and that wasn't really worth it. If it was a core gameplay mechanic that could have been used throughout the game.
I see.
Yeah, they normally form a core team early on, so Assassin's Creed 3 is a 3-year development.
Yes, okay.
So after AC2, some of the key creators went straight on to AC3, whereas other people would have worked on Brotherhood and Revelations in between. So the small team starts a 3-year production, and then when the whole big team comes together, it's probably more like 18 months to 2 years. I think in the last few years we've really seen that only the very best games are successful.
Yeah.
And the expectation of gamers has gone very high. So that's apparent when you're working on a game as big as AC3, that expectations are high, and so everything that we do is so scrutinized, and it needs to be so excellent. And so it's
pressure for you guys.
Yeah, I'd say it's the standards we have set ourselves, and the gamers have set us. Essentially, it has become much higher, and you see that each year the top 5 games are very successful, and they're fantastic games as well.
Yeah.
And so you need to strive to be in those top 5. If you're not going to be good enough, there's essentially no point in releasing. So it's expectations. That's what's increased a lot. So yeah, we talk about AAA games a lot in this industry, and what we really mean by that is that we're going for the highest production values. There's many development studios around. These people are working on the games for years, so it's a huge investment. And so it's budget, first of all, so it's the millions of euros that we spend making the game, and then it's also the expectation of the gamer. So they know what a AAA game means. That means that they're going to have many different gameplay features. It's usually got an online component, it's got multiplayer, it's got an epic story, all of these things together. We're not just giving the player one of these pillars, we're giving them everything. If you look at Assassin's Creed, you've got the epic story, a new setting, you've got new gameplay features like the naval battles, you've got the multiplayer stuff, and it's just the whole package basically. It's very true that Assassin's Creed is a Western game. Our key markets are North America and Europe. And the Asian market is very different, and there are very different types of game there. A lot more role-playing games, online stuff, free-to-play stuff. So, but there's still, each different culture has different talents to bring. So what we find in Singapore is that we've got, you know, artists that might have a different style than our artists in Montreal. So there's a fresh take that people can take on the franchise, and so there's new things we can bring in. Especially when I first joined the franchise as a level designer, one thing that would stick with me is the understanding of architecture and seeing what the assassin can grab. Because one of the key things that we have in the Assassin's Creed franchise, if it looks like it's climbable, it is climbable. You can see a wall or facade of a building in the game, and you say, okay, I can see exactly what I can grab and what I cannot, and the visual and the behavior have to match. And so I would start thinking, walking around the streets of Singapore, is like, how would I climb that building? If I were to build that building, what route would I be giving the assassin? And so the understanding of architecture is very important in being a level designer in many ways. And so that's definitely something that I took on my walk home.
Would you ever consider doing free money then?
I do, yes. I mean, I do think about it. It would be fun. You see the moves that, yeah. Luckily, I don't think about it when I'm drunk, otherwise I might not be sitting with you right here today.
Alright, to my US friends, let me ask you this. How often has it been that you went home with a brand new Xbox game and you were like, oh, there's so many DLCs, but oh, I ran out of Xbox Live points. Or also, even worse, and I hate when this happens, when your subscription is over. Well, that's okay, because here at PlayAsia we have a promo for you guys. Online downloadable Xbox points and time codes. All you gotta do is just get it from PlayAsia. There's two types for the point cards. There is a $20 set for the 1600 and a $50 set for the 4000. And that's a pretty competitive price. You could check around, but you know, I'm telling you, and I'm trustworthy. That being said, I'm gonna get up on this. So please, this lasts from the 17th of September. That's right, the 17th of September, US only, and it lasts for 2 weeks until supplies last. So first come, first serve, and have at you. Enjoy. What time is it? What time is it? What time is it? Adventure time! That's right, fans of the show, including myself, are very, very excited for this brand new release for the 3DS and the DS on November 13th this year. Now, the name of the game is Adventure Time. Hey, Ice King, why'd you steal our garbage? And I am so, I just wanna bacon pancakes, bacon pancakes. Anyways, it's like this. Now, the game is a top-down adventure plus a 2D scroller, so it's reminiscent of Zelda 2 Adventure of Link, also Zelda 1. Now, the music itself is very old school, and Pendleton Ward, the creator of the game, or at least of Adventure Time, is a huge games fan himself, so expect a lot of kind of Easter eggs and fan service, whatnot have you, for fans of the show. Now, to sweeten the deal, we have the Collector's Edition. Oh boy, now the Collector's Edition has this: a steel bookcase of the Enchiridion from the show, the Book of Bestiary Guidebook, a Land of Ooh map, and also, most importantly, Finn's Gold Sword Stylus. So this is coming out November 13th. Once again, I'm so gonna play it, and wow, Adventure Time. Yes, I just love Jake the dog. I'm such a fan. Alright guys, time to announce the winner of last week's prize time. Now, the director and I thought really, really hard about this question, and we were kind of hoping no one would get it, but they did. Now, the question of last week was, in Transformers the movie, who said, "Spare me this mockery of justice?" And this guy got it. Man, Anime Naruto 1, you're amazing. And the thing is, I'm holding a laptop now because I want to read his answer, because I don't think he Googled it. I think he actually knows, and his answer is, "Spare me this mockery of justice." In the Transformers the movie, Kranix, a Lithone, says, "Spare me this mockery of justice," after he was called guilty by the prosecutor. Now that is just, you get plus points for trivia, and the gods of gaming have been very kind, because you have indeed won a copy of Transformers Fall of Cytron for the PS3. Enjoy! Prize time! Your favorite time of the week. Now, if you haven't skipped ahead, you haven't skipped ahead. Oh, I miss saying that. Anyways, prize time works like this. Very, very simple. I give you a question, you get it right, and if you get it right, I'm gonna give you some swag. Now, ground rules, once again, I know you're distracted by the lovely girl next to me. That being said, it's like this. If you know the answer, put it in our inbox, not the comments. Inbox, not the comments, or we'll give you nothing. And also, please specify whether or not you want the game, Darksiders 2, for a PS3 or an Xbox 360. Oh yeah, it's special edition. So that being said, the question of today, Very, very short, but just as tricky. It goes like this. In Darksiders 2, Death has a quote. Now he says this. This is no place for a... Now you can tell by my hands, it means I'm actually looking for more than just the... So you guys figure it out. If you know the game, you know what it is, and if you know how to use Google, it's probably there. So anyways, this has been another episode of Play Select. Thank you guys for watching. We love all the support, all the comments, and yes, indeed, the girls are hot, but the games are even hotter. My name is Gold Mountain. Peace outside. See you guys next week.